What up, what up, what up? What up, everybody out there? Belly Space. Let's talk about it. The podcast show, baby. It's Saturday. We just over here vibing, all positive vibes, baby. You know? Um, don't y'all forget to like, subscribe, and review. For real. Help a brother out. Let's do this. But we vibing today. That's what we on today. We vibing. Now vibe with me for a minute before we get into these subjects. So vibe with me. Yeah. What up? Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. 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 It's the podcast, baby. Y'all show some love, man. Leave a comment. Don't be scared. Talk back. Yeah, baby, talk back, man. I definitely talk back. I'm just over here vibing, man. I'm feeling great today, man. It's a good day. It's a good day. Everybody, man. Everybody that's tuned in, showing love and support to the podcast. I appreciate it. I'm grateful. I like showing gratitude that I'm grateful. That's one of my main things. And like I always say, we all we built on positive energy over here. This whole platform, everything. It's gonna be relatable to everybody, and we gonna have some fun, man. And I just want to reach out to y'all today. You know, um, I've been kind of busy, with my family, man, trying to balance everything out. Um, let's talk about balance, man. That's that's one of the that's a big factor, man. It really, when you're in a relationship and got kids, man, you definitely, gotta know how to balance everything out, man. Because if you don't, boy, you're gonna be in a, rule of awakening, baby. But yeah, I really want to touch bases on that. Talk about balancing, man. Like balancing everything out. You always gotta not get too carried away or get too driven off in your ego. A lot of people, drift off into their ego, man, and sometimes doing that, man, that could destroy you, bro. You know. So, with that said, you gotta humble yourself. You gotta know how to humble yourself. It took me a minute to learn how to humble myself, but eventually, live and learn, and gravitate to certain stuff, and you start, stepping it up, baby. That's all it is to it, for real. Hmm. But life is all about balancing. You gotta know how to balance everything out. Can't get too carried away and drifted away. You know, you gotta know, man. Gotta have some boundaries, man, and stand on business and be about that. And make sure you take time to balance everything in your life. Because if you don't, man, that could lead to destruction. That surely can. It could lead to destruction. So balance is the key, man. I always say keep God first, and like they always say, a family that pray together, stay together. So pray together, and be positive. And kids, man, you definitely gotta know how to balance everything out, man. Because if you don't, boy, you're gonna be in a rule of awakening, baby. But yeah, I really want to touch bases on that. Talk about balancing, man. Like balancing everything out. You always gotta not get too carried away or get too driven off in your ego. A lot of people, drift off into their ego, man, and sometimes doing that, man, that could destroy you, bro. So with that said, you gotta humble yourself. You gotta know how to humble yourself. It took me a minute to learn how to humble myself, but eventually, live and learn, and gravitate to certain stuff, and you start, you know, stepping it up, baby. That's all it is to it, for real. hmm But life is all about balancing. You gotta know how to balance everything out. Can't get too carried away and drifted away. You know, you gotta know, man. Gotta have some boundaries, man, and stand on business and be about that. And make sure you take time to balance everything in your life. Because if you don't, man, that could lead to destruction. It surely can. It could lead to destruction. So balance is the key, man. I always say keep God first, and like they always say, a family that pray together, stay together. So pray together, and be positive and uplifting, and and encourage each other, to keep pushing and striving for better things. You know. Um, what I realized too, man. I know we talking about being balanced, but change, man, too, man. Change is that's a discipline thing. You got to really be disciplined, man, to change. Like change your mentality, the way we think, and the way you was raised, all that. Like that all got a part too as well of being balanced and balancing things out. Sometimes, man, you just gotta go straight to the basics, like tune in with nature. When the last time you walked to the park, man, with your shoes off, man? Take your socks off too, man. Tune in. Put your feet in some mud, man. Get grounded. They say our body is made of electricity, so you know, I truly believe that. I got a little spot in my backyard when I feel like the world on my shoulders, man. I go out there, sit in the chair, roll me up one, you know, homage to the give homage to the ancestors and the universe and the gods, and I get out there and meditate, man, and I'm a testimony. It works. Shit, therapeutic for me, man. It is. It's very therapeutic. Like, and I advise everybody, put your phone down, and you know what I'm saying. Go tune in with nature, man. Go in the woods, man. Sit in the woods. Take your girl out there, whatever y'all sipping on, cognac, whatever, a wine bottle. Go out there and pour a little bit out, show homage to the ancestors, and man, have a good time and sit out in the woods and sip on that wine or whatever you sipping on, and catch a vibe, man. This would be a whole different vibe. See, y'all, I'm an 80s baby. I grew up in the 80s, so we ain't had no damn phone, man. We ain't had no, all we had was a pager, and it was plenty of pay phones around. So when somebody pays your ass, you could call them. But I miss those days, man, because when I be reminiscing and thinking about them days, it taught you how to be um, creative. You would go out. I got memories of me and my brother sitting in front of my stepfather's house making our own damn um, karate characters or whatever. Like, we'd make them out of tape and cardboard and tissue, whatever you had to do, man. And we just sit out there, man. We was having the best fun in our life. Sit out there and fight with them, with each other, with them until one of them break, and that's the winner. So, I just remember all them days, bro. Them was the days, man. We ain't had electronics, so a lot of times, like a lot of these kids, that's why they so kind of upside down right now because they got all this electronic in their face. They don't know about tuning in with nature and going out in the woods and staying grounded. Like, you know what I'm saying? So that's one of my biggest. Um, that's one of my biggest things, man. Like, you have to stay grounded and tuned in with nature, man, because everybody going through a spiritual awakening, and that got a lot to do with being balanced, man. I don't care what nobody say. Yeah, your spiritual awakening, man. Everybody going through that, man, and it's a beautiful thing. I love seeing people awakening, man, and waking up, man. Like because in 2014, I could remember, man, my cousins, we was on this journey probably a little farther than 2014, but we was on this journey for a while, man. Even like with the gemstones, staying, you know, being activated with the stones, being balanced part of my language, being balanced with the gemstones and activated. People weren't even hip to it. They was looking at us like we was crazy. Like y'all collecting rocks and shit, man. What y'all on? Y'all weird. Like we weren't weird. We was just woke, nigga. Y'all was asleep. Yeah, we was tuned in on a whole nother frequency in a different dimension, man. And I look back now and I'll be like, it's 2025 now. Everybody tuned in to the gemstones. They tuned in. They waking up. It's a beautiful thing, though. I don't knock nobody, but I used to be that guy out there trying to spread the word, like and wake people up, man. I wanted to share that information because it did something to me, man. It activated me, you know. Once I got tuned in, and I stay tuned in, man. It's all about building and it's all about elevating too. And keep elevating, and don't get comfortable. Keep going in on them, man. You know, we over here. I'm taking a shot, baby. Shot to success because I already know, like, we on our way. I ain't gotta gas or nothing. Belvy space. Let's talk about it. The podcast is on its way, baby. Believe it. Yeah, but it's all about balancing, though. Um, I want everybody out there to have a good Saturday. It's always peace and love over here. I love y'all. Stay motivated. You know what I'm saying? Keep doing you tunnel vision. Tunnel vision, man. Stay tunnel vision and discipline. And and be willing to sacrifice some things. So you can achieve some things. You did because our words become things. You did, yeah. But I'm just checking in on a Saturday. Belvy, Belvy space. Let's talk about it, baby. Tune in. Love y'all. Y'all like, subscribe, and leave a comment and a review. And we're gonna have the brand, the Fear None brand. It's on the way, baby. I'm gonna be promoting it here soon. It's in the making right now, but y'all stay tuned in though, man. We got the episode dropping in 2 more weeks, man. Stay watching. Love y'all, man. Let's build a community on positive um, entrepreneurs and just people coming together as one, baby. Let's do it. Love y'all. Stay tuned in, baby. It's the Belvy Show. Let's talk about it.